Just a reminder, my name is Anthony Marsiglio, and we haven't seen each other in a while. Today, I'm going to be giving you a speech about why we should abolish standardized testing. According to CBS News, testing amounts to about 2.3% of classroom time for the average 8th grader in public school. Between preschool and 12th grade, students took about 112 mandatory standardized exams. I have also taken many standardized exams in my lifetime, including the MEP, which is the Michigan Standardized Test that you have to take when you're in elementary school, the NWEA, which is the nationwide standardized test that you have to take in elementary school, and the SAT, which is the one you have to take to get into a bunch of colleges, and the ACT, which is also one you have to take to apply to college. Today, I'll be talking about how standardized testing does not improve student achievements, why standardized testing is causing higher stress in our children and students, and excessive testing may teach children to be good at taking tests, but it does not prepare them for any real-life skills. A statement from standardizedtest.org states, after the No Child Left Behind Act passed in 2002, the U.S. slipped from 18th in the world in math on the Program for International Student Assessment to 31st place in 2009, with a similar drop in science and no change in reading. On May 26, 2011, the National Research Council report found no evidence that test-based incentive programs are working. The No Child Left Behind Act means that states had to put together standardized tests like the MEP or the NWEA, and it would be a tool to see if the school was showing any improvement. And if a school is not showing any improvement, that school would be penalized. This act put a very high stress on test-driven knowledge, which means instead of students actually going to school and learning the curriculum and things they need to learn to pass that year, they were instead going to school and learning things that were going to be on the test so they can pass the test and get more funding for their school. In Michigan, like I said, the statewide test is called the MEP, and that test determines how much funding your school will receive. Schools that are in poverty areas or schools with students who don't primarily speak English are already at a disadvantage, and that encourages the schools in poverty areas or the schools that have kids that don't primarily speak English to cheat on those tests so that they can get more funding from the state. I will now be showing you a video from Massachusetts that shows schools that have cheated or were going to cheat on these standardized tests, and one kid was even driven to suicide because the school was questioning about his answer.
Investigates tonight, uncovering teachers cheating on standardized testing here in Massachusetts. Investigative reporter Mike Bodette with the serious consequences right now that they're facing.
Teachers in trouble over standardized testing in Massachusetts. Records obtained by 5 Investigates show teachers caught cheating to help students score higher. In Waltham, a teacher at Stanley Elementary School knowingly falsified information. In Leominster, a teacher at Samoset Middle School did everything from pointing out wrong answers to telling students what to do to correctly solve problems. And in Chicopee, a teacher at Bow Elementary School helped students by looking through answer booklets after they had been turned in and instructing students to change answers and add more information. In all 3 cases, the state threw out the test scores and sent the findings to its legal department for possible disciplinary action. Since 2011, the state has revoked 2 teachers' licenses over MCAS problems. Another educator's license was surrendered, another suspended.
Had they done their job, this never would have happened.
The pain of an alleged MCAS violation overwhelming for Philip Andrews. His 14-year-old son Samuel committed suicide in May after Hanson Middle School questioned Samuel about his unusual answers on the science MCAS.
It was something to the effect of "Make America Great Again" and Hillary Clinton should be in jail or something like that, basically a non-response.
One friend telling police Samuel said he was called an embarrassment by the school and was worried about getting into the high school of his choice. This father outraged the school allegedly broke MCAS rules.
No one is to read, review, or change answers.
Do you think this is what pushed him over the edge?
I do.
Standardized testing is causing stress levels in children to skyrocket. In the video I just showed, one child was driven to suicide because of the test and the school that was questioning his answers. Chalkboard.org states, in one New Orleans charter network saw modest spikes in cortisol, a hormone caused by stress leading up to state exams, and the students whose cortisol spiked the most or crashed the furthest did worse on the test, suggesting that test scores not just reflect what students know, but how they perform under pressure. Young students are often so nervous from the anxiety of taking the test that they vomit. StandardizedTest.org states test-related jitters, especially among young students, are so common that the Stanford 9 exam comes with instruction on what to do in case a student vomits on the test booklet. High stress levels as a child can lead to major health issues in the future. If a child consistently is stressed later in life, they will have a higher chance of developing heart disease, diabetes, or mental health issues. Excessive testing may teach children to be good at taking tests, but does not prepare them for productive adult lives. The hardest part about having a job is that you have to constantly adapt and adjust to the ever-changing circumstances. In the case of a teacher during the COVID-19 pandemic, you'd have to adjust to online courses. That is something that I'm sure you did not receive a test about. A standardized test also gives a student no real skills. The student only gains the skill of either A, being a good test taker, or B, getting lucky on the test. Students in America are not being individually helped, they are just being shuffled through the education system. Standardized testing does not help students because it does not improve their student achievement, it causes higher stress in young people, and does not prepare them for the real world. Thank you.